to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
indivisible,
indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Right.
We would not be here today if it were not for the millions of gay and lesbian Americans who have stood up for themselves, who stood up for their own equality, and who have assumed themselves to be equal, have not waited for any court, for any legislator, for any elected official to tell them that they were equal. We know we're equal. And in a few days, the Supreme Court's going to hear arguments, and in 90 days, they're going to make a decision, and they're going to agree with us. Henry, who came to this country many years ago from Venezuela, faced deportation from the United States. And his marriage to Josh was not recognized for a green card purpose, did not interest the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, did not interest the judge, until Henry and Josh started to speak out. And they started really an entire movement to stop deportations of the spouses and partners of gay and lesbian Americans. We were at a marriage equality rally in Foley Square, and Josh was walking around with this sign that said, "Don't deport my husband." And it was the first time I'd ever seen that. It was really quite striking. And I had no idea that he would actually be successful. And so a couple of years later, the court ruled that Henry could stay. And the administration then proceeded to create a policy to protect gay and lesbian partners and spouses of American citizens from deportation. Still have a lot more work to do, but I want to introduce you to Henry Valendia and Josh Vandenberg.
I'm Josh. I'm originally from Colorado, and this is my very handsome husband, Henry, who's originally from Venezuela. We met 6 years ago in Princeton, New Jersey, and we've been married for 2.5 years. As Lavi mentioned, we married in August 2010, but within 3 weeks I was there in Foley Square with that sign, "Don't deport my husband." We were fighting for marriage equality in New York, but it was important, I thought, to raise the issue that DOMA affects these binational couples like us in this incredibly powerful way, which is that as long as DOMA exists, the federal government can come in our homes and detain our spouses, deport them as they nearly did with Henry. And even though Henry's not now being deported, we fought against that and got that safety. He's still in legal limbo. He has no permanent status here as my husband in this country, my own country. And that's why we joined together with the thousands and thousands of other binational couples like us to form the DOMA Project, which is just the couples sharing our stories, our love for each other, and our desire to be safe and secure here in the country that we married and the country that half the couple is from.
Exactly. Yeah, my name is Henry, guys. I'm from Venezuela, and it's amazing to see the amazing support of people here. And like we've been hearing all this time, like the change of people's minds are changing towards what love is and what we are. We're human beings, and we want to be with each other, right? I met Josh, like he said, 6 years ago in Princeton. I'm actually a dancer. I teach down there, and he's a scholar. And as you know, we are right now activists, but that wasn't the plan of our lives. Our plan was to do what we love, our passions, but this became something so passionate for us because we're fighting for what we believe is right. It's our love. When I met Josh, the first day I met him was love at first sight. And it's one of those moments I'm like, wow, who's this guy? Like, he really said, I think I'm going to be with this guy. But to the point that I went to my mom the first night and I said, hey mom, she goes, what happened to you? You're like too happy. And I'm like, well, I met somebody. And like, oh really? Yeah, I think I'm in love. She was all happy. But I told her, yes, but it's a guy. And she goes, oh, really? Because she didn't know I was gay. So I just told her, I'm in love with a guy. And she said, well, okay, don't let him break your heart. That's what she said. And but yeah, my mom is a Latin mom, and you know, like for her, she struggled, but she accepted me at the same time. And I think many of us with families, you know, that they struggle when you come out to them, you know. Some people are more accepting, some people are not that accepting. But as long as we are true to ourselves, I think that is the main thing and who we are. And what we decided to do is, me and Josh, is once we get married, we wanted to start a movement and wanted to fight for what we believe is right. And because there's nothing worse than being with somebody and thinking that you could be separated from that person at any moment, like happened to Brian Alfonso in California. And he was in deportation proceedings as well. And they came in the middle of the night and they chained him and took him to a detention center. And that fear shouldn't be in any of our lives. And if more the person you love and you're married to somebody, like, it's outrageous in this country. And now that we're together and we were the first couple who got the deportation stopped because we're married, which was an amazing story to tell and to share with people, because after that many couples start joining the movement. I mean, people start sharing. And the thing about sharing your life, sharing what you believe, is what changes people's minds. And I think it makes us more human, right? And that's who we are. We're humans. We're equal. So, like Lavi was saying. So, I want to thank you guys for being here, for supporting. And also wanted to talk about, about all the couples that are joining this cause, Dharma Project. There are many of them, and you can be one of them as well. So check out dharmaproject.org, and you can join and share, and that's the best way to help the movement.